this was going to be a big game anyway. Obviously, with the win over Sam Houston, I think it's made it bigger. Knew that it was going to be challenging starting conference play on the road against the two favorites. What a great opportunity we have to go up 2-0 with the top two teams on the road with the wins. So that's our challenge. It's there for us. I've said that before. We're looking at Southeastern, very much the same team like they looked last year. Their quarterback play has not been as consistent as they've had. They're replacing a very good player in the Bennett kid, but their quarterbacks are getting better, and with this extra time off, they'll be even better. But they're very good football team, well-coached team, a team that's been in the playoffs and tied for conference championships and those kind of things. So they're up there, and this is a challenge for us. Other than that, open it up.
Coach, what's the confidence level like right now?
It's good. It's good. It's been very positive, and it should be. At the same time, this is a lot like the Sam Houston game in that you turn on the film and watch these guys. It's very easy to motivate our team because this is a good football team we're playing. But we're in a good place.
Coming off a momentum and emotional win, does the week off help or hurt?
I don't know if it helps on that part. I think we did not look good early last week in practice. I think there was a lot of reasons for that. I think that might have been part of it. Southeastern poses some problems we hadn't seen. Their offense is a little different from what we've seen. Defensively, they do things a little different. I think the extra time's been good from that standpoint. And we got better as the week went on. Really had a good Thursday practice and feel much better now. So in that case, it did come at a good time.
What do you know about the Ashton Henderson guy? He's a big defensive lineman. His run back of a fumble for a touchdown went viral, but he's a really good kid for Southeastern. It seems to maybe pose a problem for a lot of opposing quarterbacks.
Well, they not just him. They're really good up front, and then they went into the Ohio game. They had lost a couple players, and then they lost a couple. I'm talking about up front. Lost a couple more during the game. And saying all that, Ohio only had 10 yards rushing at halftime. They're really playing well up front. So too deep. They're very good, and that was one problem we had last year. We played with them for a while, but they just kept rolling guys, and then too deep. They were better than we were too deep, and it showed up the second half. That's something that we've pointed to, something that we're aware of, that it's going to have to be a 60-minute game. They're a good football team.
Coach, it seems like the running game is just going to be one of the biggest keys. They were able to run pretty well the last couple of years. You guys weren't able to. Just how important is it for you guys to kind of even out a little bit this year?
Yeah, and this year they're running the ball more than they're throwing it. Their running game kind of sets up their passing game, and it's going to be important on both sides. I think both teams would like to run the football and keep the other team's offense off the field. I think if you asked Coach Roberts, he'd say the same thing, that he would like to see his offense out there a heck of a lot more than ours. And I know I would like that, see ours out there a lot more.
Yeah, do you think that you guys are going to be able to run the ball a little better this year, especially for Tate's been able to do so far in Colorado?
Well, I think so. I think just because we're committed to it a little bit more. I think we're a little more balanced this year than we were last year. So I think that's got more to do with it than anything. But we're in a good place with it. But they're going to put a lot of people up there at times and challenge us to throw the football. We're going to throw it.
You feel like that you maybe snuck up on Sam Houston, and then this week, there's no fooling anybody. Lamar's got, you got everybody's attention in the league by being Sam Houston.
Well, I don't know if we snuck up on them or not. I think the Baylor game should have opened a few eyes, but if we did, like you just said, it won't happen again. I think we did ourselves some good and some bad. I don't think, like you said, we won't be any more sneaking up, and that's the way it's got to be. But they'll be ready, no doubt about that.
But what is it about the way your team's playing that you really like right now in those last two games?
You know, the Sam Houston game, the best part of that game, it got tight. It got tight into the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter. We didn't have a lot of things really go good for us in the third quarter, and Sam Houston had more to do with that than anything. And we kept playing. We didn't really get down. We didn't turn on one another. We didn't give up or all those things, and that was good. And they're going to be, if we're going to stay in this thing, we're going to play a lot of close, tight ball games. And I thought that was really good experience for us, learning how to play in those types of games, and that was a good experience for us. But going forward, we got to do better down the stretch. You know, as excited as I am about winning the game, we were very fortunate at the end to break that run and put it away. But that was a good experience for us.
Is there any sense of disrespect about you guys not being in the top 25 after going to the field with the number 3 team in the nation and being the number 3 team in the nation?
Well, you know, I told them McNeese, Southeastern, and Sam are all still rated in the coaches poll, and we're not. And what I take away from that is a lot of people doing the voting thinks when the season's over, those 3 teams would be above us. If they thought we were going to be above them at the end of the year, they'd go ahead and put us up there. And you know, really, that's kind of true. So it's there for us, and it's something that we don't just beat it to death every day, but we understand that we still got a lot of work to do to gain the respect of the nation and of the conference.
It's a good matchup on the outside, Harlan Miller versus Douglason this week. It seems like it's just one of the best matchups you guys are going to have all year in terms of just quality players.
Their secondary, not just the one. That's another thing they can do. They'll play some zones and they'll try to disguise some things, and then all of a sudden they'll just man you up, and they can man you up as good as anybody we got. And that's what they did to us last year. They just brought a lot of people and manned us up, and there's nowhere to throw the football, and that was a challenge, and that's the challenge this year. Is we're going to have to do a good job of running the ball when we need to run it and throw it, and we got the job of protecting and giving our quarterback a little extra time because they do a good job, and he's a heck of a player.
Yeah, they've already got 8 interceptions this year. Does
Yeah.
that worry you a little bit?
They're leading, I think, the country in turnover ratio and sacks, and those things kind of go together a little bit, and they're really doing a great job. It's one of the reasons that they're 2-1 and one of the games they have is the turnover. It's incredible what they do. That's part of it with ball security, taking care of the ball. We've been very good at that, and we need to continue to do that. That'll be a big key Thursday night.
Laurent Hale's been a guy who's come in this year and seems to have stepped up. Give us a little more on who he is and what he's done for you this year.
Laurent's got here. He was academically ineligible. He practiced with us all last year. We had the best scout team guy in the conference last year. He did a great job in the classroom and got himself eligible, and has really come on and helped us. You know, we went into the Sam Houston game with 2 of our 3 starters out up front. He was one of the reasons that we didn't see a drop off. He really played well on the outside. Larry Carroll helped us on the inside. But Lawrence is off to and a heck of a player. I mean, I think his best football is still ahead of him. Yep.
Speaking of health, where's Tebow?
Omar practiced last night, looked good, and he'll practice today and tomorrow, and he's going to play his rear end off Thursday night. Good to have him back.
Pretty much everybody except the mouse guy who's out and the ninja who's out.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody else is out.
Omar was flirting with trying to play with Sam. If we had a quick game, we might have done that, but with the time off, we thought the smart thing to do was just to get him ready for the rest of the conference play, and that's very tough to do. I don't think he'd have been as effective against Sam Houston. I think I would have been trying to rush him back too soon, but he looked good yesterday, and he'll be ready to go.
Any other
This is
questions?
easy. It's easy when you win. Don't ask very many questions.